Welcome back to the number one podcast in Ireland, where we go into reality and talk about whatever we want. I am Usman, running solo for this episode at the moment, and this is the Into Reality podcast. So if you are new around here and you enjoy what we do, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. We're trying to get this channel up to 100 subscribers. We don't have a date for when we want to reach it, but we just want to get there. So if you want to support the movement, hit the subscribe button. And before we get into this episode, I would like to say that this episode of the Inter podcast is proudly sponsored by Mr. Dubai and Co. And if you know who Mr. Dubai is, he has appeared on the channel a couple of times, always been a good guest for us, and we appreciate him. And we tend to do this in his honor. And not only that, if you want to get yourself some positive vibes clothing such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies, then visit www.pvclothing.com to get your items. Link is in the description. If you're in Ireland and your order is over €80, you'll be given free shipping. But if you're outside of Ireland and you spend over €100 from your order, you will get free shipping. So that's www.pvclothing.com. The link to that is in the description. Right, getting into it. Now, everyone knows what happened a few days ago. Everyone knows what happened. And if you didn't know what happened, then you must have been living under a rock. So let me tell you what happened. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp have all gone down. Okay, then I'm back. I apologize for the interruption and that. I know if this thing was offline, if we weren't doing these episodes live, then we wouldn't have this problem. But I'm back right now. So as I was saying, those three apps have gone down a couple of days ago for a couple of hours. Like I was experiencing this. Like I went onto Instagram. I tried to refresh my feed. It wasn't working. I tried messaging people on WhatsApp, trying to put something on status. Nothing was going through. Then I checked Facebook just to check some things over there. I saw that that was not working either. And I remember the last message I sent before it all happened was to Abdullahi, and it was down. So what did I do? Obviously, I went onto Google, tried to search for what was going on, and at that moment in time, there was no reason as to why the apps weren't working. Like there was nothing. There was like no reason as to why they weren't working at that moment in time. But obviously, when when everything came back to normal, then the reason kind of came out. Now, that was on Monday. So what happened was according from like this article that I'm looking at the moment from NPR.org, it said, according to Facebook, an update to Facebook routers that coordinate network trafficking went wrong, sending a wave of disruption rippling through its system. As a result, all things Facebook were effectively shut down worldwide, and that included WhatsApp and Instagram because Facebook owns those two apps. But it was kind of strange if you think about it. Strange, but it is what it is. But also during that time, like I went onto Snapchat, I was talking to a cousin of mine, and we just kept talking for hours how the thing was just down, the memes were coming, and listen, Twitter, we can all agree, Twitter is a toxic place. If used for the wrong reasons, it's just a toxic place. But the memes were there. Memes were just coming through. It was hilarious. It was funny. And then Snapchat, people were just putting this, putting the memes over there, saying that yo, what's going on? The apps are not working or whatnot. Yeah, apparently Facebook is supposed to be one of those main apps. Like if you think about it, like WhatsApp and Instagram, those two are the main apps that we use on our devices. Facebook, it's there, it's not used that much. It's kind of like the place where you even find your grandparents on there. But alas, you could say those three are like the trinity of social media. Obviously, if I was going to make some changes to that, I'll make it Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp as the trinity of social media. But I digress. They went down. They went down harder than London Bridge. They went down harder than Derby County in the 2007-08 season in the Premier League. They went down harder than the students' grade in secondary school. It was mad. And also, well, it's a bit of a laugh thing. It's also like that. Like, while it's obvious they went down, it was like services, businesses, online businesses that use Facebook and Instagram, I'm WhatsApp too, to reach out to their customers. Like obviously it was a problem to them. Like they couldn't do any business for hours. So probably they had to resort to like Twitter if they were using Twitter or through their email notification like the inbox market, if you know what I'm talking about, where they have emails of their recent customers and they just put it out to them. So while it may have been scary, it might be a bit scary for some people, but it's 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 calm that it all came back. Now, if you, I know some people will be like, they don't use Twitter that much, they don't use Facebook that much. Some of them don't even use Snapchat as much. Well, look, the main ones that you probably use, they went down, not working. So everyone all jumped ship onto Twitter, all jumped ship to Snapchat, and they were living. Right. So as I was saying, they all jumped ship onto the other apps. People start using them. And when it comes to the stock market, oh boy, the stock market. Facebook stocks went down by 5% in the stock market.
That's what
So you can tell
that's what she
people
said.
were just buying the dip when it went down and hoping that it goes back up again so that it will just hoping that the stock just increase in price and then sell it, and have all that money. It was a madness
Usman,
on Monday.
Usman,
Hey, it was
Usman.
good.
Me and you both don't sell stocks. So what do we? Why are we talking about stocks, my guy?
I was talking about how Facebook stock went down when their services went down
Oh yeah. Yeah. Was it what day was it? The day before yesterday, or something like that. I can't remember.
Monday.
It was Monday. Yeah. You know what's funny? I turned off my what's it called again router like 20 times, man. I turned off my phone like 10 times, bro. And then I was like, what is wrong? What is going on with my phone? Like, I go on YouTube, it works. Yeah, I go on Twitter, it works. But WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, it's not working. It's like, what happened? Like, what is happening? Like, you know that what's cooking that my EDP meme, yeah, where he goes like, what's happening? What the hell's happening? Like that. That was just me.
Yeah, but how? But since you went onto YouTube, Twitter, and Snapchat, didn't you think that? Oh, maybe it's not the internet; it must be something else.
No, I thought it was internet, man. You know, because they're all linked
Sorry,
together,
mom.
innit? So yeah,
Yeah, and it's a bit unfortunate that it was just the three apps that went down
yeah.
since
Because
because
like WhatsApp
Facebook
and
went and
Instagram,
bought Instagram out. Yeah,
and Instagram and WhatsApp are like the most what's called again the most how do I say it? The most used apps if I do say so myself.
yeah. Here's the funny thing about it. Apart from the memes, which were obvious, I saw Squid Game memes of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, which was obviously coming. But the one thing that made me laugh, the one person I was having a conversation with on Snapchat told me that their mom just joined Snapchat that very day.
Just to talk to her friends.
I, I don't know what she was doing that day, but I said, hey, I don't blame her. Everyone's jumping ship. I just told her she should teach her mom how to do streaks.
I don't really use Snapchat that much, to be honest. Like, I'm like, all my friends on WhatsApp or what's called on Instagram or Twitter. I don't really use Snapchat. I just have it, just in case there's like some people I don't have their numbers or I just don't follow on Instagram, so I just message them there. But most of the time, I'm usually on WhatsApp or what's called again or Twitter. I just go on Twitter just to troll people. I'm not even gonna lie. That's the only reason I'm on Twitter, just to troll.
Yeah, Twitter is just
But it's not like
a place to find
but I'm
memes.
not, but I'm not like those trolls that what's called again. I'm not like those trolls who just say racist, homophobic stuff. I just post memes in it.
Yeah, to be honest, those people are the reason why Twitter is just a toxic place.
Hmm. True, but it's funny though. It's funny sometimes. Like especially like famous person just says something so dumb or some like out of character, and you just see people just trolling me. Remember, let's go again. Uh, okay. Trigger warning. I don't really care, man. Remember when Demi Lovato, yeah, when she overdosed on heroin, yeah, and she made fun, and also, and she made fun of what's again, 21 Savage for what's again, for 21 Savage for what's again getting deported, right? And everyone just trolled her. Like I remember there's one meme. Watch SpongeBob, right? You know the episode when they
Yeah,
went to Sandy's house, yeah? The first time we went to Sandy's house and SpongeBob was just trying to pretend act all cool and tough that he doesn't need water and stuff, yeah. And there's this one scene where he says, "I need it, I don't need it, I don't need it," yeah. And there was like a cup of water, and then he goes like, "I need it," right? Remember that
yeah,
scene,
yeah,
yeah? Swear
yeah.
to you, one guy, what's called again, edited Demi Lovato's face on it, and it was like on the cup there was like heroin. It's like, "I don't need it, I don't need it, I need it," and it's just Demi Lovato. He's drinking heroin.
It's just funny how she just basically contradicts herself. Goes like, I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need it. And the next thing, 2 seconds later, you're like, I need it. Oh my goodness.
And there's one song, yeah, where this guy's like, "We're going on a ship called Overdose, overdosing now, heroin now, something like that. Get out a spoon, we're gonna smoke some crack." It's like something like that, man. It's so funny, I say that I felt bad for her, but you can't laugh at memes, innit? Memes are funny, but yeah, I do feel bad for her, man. Like they were some of them were just uncalled for. To be honest, like even if you go on Twitter, yeah, hello, and you go on Twitter, you go like hashtag so not Twitter, hashtag Instagram or Twitter, you go like hashtag Demi Lovato overdose. You're gonna see her. You're gonna see all the memes. Hello, Usman. Uh, so you just let me do it by myself, innit? Damn. Ah, my days.
Sorry for letting you
Usman.
hang dry. Someone entered the room.
Uh, thanks, G.
I heard everything, everything you said. It's just that the person in the room had to pay attention to what
Yeah,
they were saying.
yeah. Have you watched the Squid Game?
No,
Oh man, you should watch it. I'm telling you, man. It's too funny, man. It's too funny. It's actually
I
such.
mean,
You know what? It made me. It didn't make me cry yet, but I had tears in my eyes, bro. Like tears were going, were coming down my cheeks, man, because of how sad it was.
I had some idea of what it was like, and when I just saw a few bits of it, saw a couple of memes, saw some clips, I'm like, yeah, this is not for me.
Bro, you can't. You don't judge a book by its cover, yeah. Just watch the first two episodes. Bro, I'm telling you, I was going to be like, I'm going to watch the first two episodes, and I watched the rest. Yeah, I watched it. I finished. It was 9 episodes. I finished that in one night, bro. That's how good it was, man. It's actually so good. You know what? Do you want it spoiled, right?
Yeah.
Or do you not care? Okay, so basically,
Ah,
okay,
yeah, go ahead.
spoiler alert
Yeah,
for
go
anyone
ahead.
who hasn't watched Squid Game. Yeah, no, but we got to put spoiler alert, because some people are too sensitive. They can
Yeah,
start doing some dumb stuff because we got spoiled. Anyway, so basically, this is protagonist. I think his name is Ji Hung or something like that. But anyway, he's in debt, right? He owes like
yeah,
6.3 billion to loan sharks and all that stuff, yeah. And he has a daughter, right? But his wife divorced him because he lost his job and he just went on a drunken spell. So therefore, his daughter is going with his wife and what's it called again, her husband, back to the USA, right?
all right.
To go, so they're going to USA to live forever, and he
Yeah,
wants custody of the daughter, yeah. But he has to prove that he can what's it called again, that he can provide for what's called again, provide for his family in order to get the custody of daughter. So obviously he can't because he's broke. And at the same time, his mother is sick, right? So he needs money to what's called again to what's called again, pay for what's called again, pay for medical fees. So he meets up this guy. This guy just comes up to him, right? And he says, "Hey, you want to play a game?" I says, "Yeah." And he says, "Every time you win this game, I'll give you 1,000, and every time you lose, I would call again. You have to give me 1,000, right?" And obviously, Jinho has no money, so every time he lose, instead of getting paid 1,000, he gets slapped. He keeps on getting slapped until he wins and he gets paid 1,000. Says, and then the guy gives him a card and says, "Call this number." And the card has a symbol which is what's it called again? A circle, a triangle, and a rectangle, like the what's it called, like the PS5 controller, except with the X on it. Yeah. So basically, he calls a number and then he gets picked up, yeah, by this random van. But when he gets picked up in the van, he gets knocked out and they get sent to this random island, right? And they said they're going to play a game. So there's like there's 400, I think either 65 or 57. Well, I can't remember because I don't know why I can't remember. But anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, there's between 100 and 467 people on the plane, on the what's called again, playing the game, right? And people are like, "Oh, you're just going to win money, yeah." People are like, "It's just a game. If you lose, like Takashi Castle, right? We used to watch that
yeah,
as a kid, right? Takashi Castle. Like, if you get eliminated, just go home, right? But this is different, right?
yeah.
They played this game. Do you like it's called red light, green light, or something like that. But I think there's another one called what time is it, Mr. Fox? And then you say Mr. Fox is like something 7 o'clock. Then you have to come and try to touch the fox before he catches you, right? You know,
Yeah.
so you don't move. So basically, they played that game here. But instead of when you eliminate, you go home. When you eliminate, you get end game. They just kill you, man. Boom, die. And like at the first, yeah, a lot of people just got murked. Boom, they killed like nearly 50% people. They got murked because they were trying to escape, but they just got murked in it. And then the announcer's like, if you move, you will die. So please stop moving and play the game. So they just continue playing the game, yeah. And then more people died, yeah. And what's it called again? And more people died. And the protagonist Jihan, he nearly died, but there's a guy named Ali, which he's very vertical, and he's going to be, how do I say it, influential in how do I say it? Influential, how do I say, come on, Usman, help me out here, man.
Like
Influential
he's
in
going to be the important part in the series.
is yeah, he's going to be an important character in the series. Yeah. So basically, Ali saves him, and then they what's it called again, and they get saved, and they and finish the game, right? And then what's it called again, people are like, well, people, we're dying out here. We're dying out here. Why are we still here? Like we should go home in it because people die. Like no one wants to die in it. So basically, they had a vote, yeah, and it says if more than 51 people, what's it called again, if the majority contestants say to go home, they would go home, and if not, they would stay. And it came out to the vote, and it was like 100, 100, yeah. 100 people said stay, 100 people say go, yeah. And there's this old man who was friends with who became friends with Jin Hun, and he's number 01, yeah. And he picked to
Yeah.
go, so he let everyone go home, yeah. And the guys and the people on the Squid say if you need to come back, if you want to come back, you're always free to come back and finish the game, yeah. But like you say, people will
Yo,
not come
what's
back
the
because
kind of
you say people will not come back because what's cooking? Other people got murked. Nah, but they didn't do that. So basically, the reason why Sung Woo came back, like Sung Woo was a good friend of Jin Hong, he came back because what's cooking? He needed money to pay off his debt because he owed collateral to the bank. And Jin Hong came back what's called again because he had to what's called again because he had to pay money for his for his mum's hospital fees because she had hospital fees because she had diabetes and she was about to die. Ali came back because he had to send his family back to Pakistan because he was like an illegal worker in Korea and he wasn't getting paid. So he had to send his family back to Pakistan and he needed that money for them. So he needed that money for his family. And then what's cooking? And then there's another girl called I forgot her name, but she's number 067. Yeah, she's from North Korea and she wanted to get her mother into North Korea and what's cooking take her brother out of the orphanage, right? And she went back just to get that enough money for that. And then there's another guy. There's another plot, yeah, where there's what's called again. There's this police officer who goes into the game to find his brother. Anyway, they go back in, right, and they play a bunch of games. And it's surprising, 93% people, like at least 90% people came back. Like you'd think that they're not come back, but they did. And the old man came back because he had 2 minutes left. And he just wanted to feel alive before he dies. Hello, Swan. He's gone. But anyway, like what's it called again? Yeah, there's like most of the games. Like the second game, what was the second game? Let me think. The first game, there were 6 games, right? The first game was the red light, green light. I think the second game. What was the second game? The second game, if I can remember, was where the honeycomb game, where you have a shape and you have to what's it called again? You have to carve it out. The third game. What was the third game? The third game was tug of war. Yeah, the third game was tug of war. The fourth game was marbles, and the fifth game was stepping stones, and the and the sixth game, last game, was called the Squid game. Anyway, so the first, second, third are really irrelevant, yeah, and the fourth game is the one. The fourth and fifth and sixth are like the three most important ones. In the fourth game, yeah, it's in the title of the show. It means Gunbu, yeah, which is spelled Gganbu, yeah, and Gunbu really means it's just someone who you tell the darkest secrets to, like your secrets. And between like the first game and the fourth game, Jin Hung and the what's it called Jin Hung and the old man became good friends, right? And Sung Woo and Ali became good friends, and number 67 became friends with another girl, right? Hello, and in the game
Yep.
marbles, right? You pick a partner, right? So everyone picks a partner, like everyone picks a good friend or a partner, something like that, yeah. Because like if you say pick a partner, you're gonna pick someone you have good chemistry with, someone you like, yeah. And then it turns out
Yeah.
in the game, yeah, they give each of you guys 10 marbles, right? And you have to get your partner's 10 marbles, and they die. You pick any game you want, and they die. Oh my dude! So it's like, so it's like, it's like, it's basically it's like it's either you or your partner who's gonna die. Anyway, so at the end, yeah, Jin Hun got the marbles from what's called again from the old man, right? Okay, but before he got that, Jin Hun was losing, right? He was losing the
Yeah.
game, right? And he was down to one lost marble, and then he found out the old man had like amnesia or something like that. So he couldn't. Sometimes he kept on forgetting things. So Ji Hong took advantage of him, right? Until it was the last marble, right? And then the old man had dementia, and then he went to what's called into his house, yeah. to his house. There's like replica house in the game. Yeah, it was like in the game was marbles, and it was like the scene was in like a how do I say, was it like an old alleyway? You know, like an old alleyway, like as a kid you grow up in a neighborhood, all those neighborhoods you see, right? So it was one of these, yeah. And one of his house was modeled after after the old man's house. So anyway, so the old man went to his house, yeah. During the thing says, and Jion says to him, come on, old man, you have to help me out. Remember Gumbo?" And then the old man says, Gumbos don't take advantage of each other. So it turns out that the old man knew that he was taking Jion was taking advantage of him, yeah, and that what's called again, Jihan was taking advantage of him, and what else? Oh, sorry, Jihan was taking advantage of him, and that he just let him win because the old man was about to die anyway, so he just let Jihan pass away, pass. And then then the old man was, and then they had like this heartfelt conversation, and they were just crying, yeah. And Jihan left, and then the old man got shot because obviously he lost, and Jihan was crying. Now between Ali and Sungwoo, yeah, Ali won, yeah. Ali actually won. Yomi had like Ali won because you know Ali didn't win because he had 19 marbles, and then Sungwoo had one, yeah. Then Sungwoo tricked Ali, yeah, because Ali was a fool. He tricked Ali. Says, "Okay, I'm gonna give you these 19 marbles, right? And you go get other people's marbles. Therefore, both of us can win." Yeah, he just made this elaborate plan, which was elaborate BS at the end. Yeah, and it turns out, yeah, Sungwoo took all of Ali's marbles and put sticks in and put rocks into his, yeah, and he let what's called it, he let Ali go find other people, yeah, go like find other people to play with him with a pouch thinking they are marbles. Turns out they are rocks, yeah. And at the end, Sungwoo was allowed to pass, and Ali got eliminated. And before Ali was eliminated, he was what's called again. He was saying he was crying out for Sungwoo. Was like Sungwoo, my friend, my friend. Then he opened up his bag and found out he was betrayed, and then he got shot, so he died. And then there's another girl, number 67. She was friends with another girl. I can't remember her name, but let's say her name was number 99. Okay? So basically, number 67 had a reason to live, while number 99, yeah, didn't, yeah? She had no reason to live, yeah? So basically, number 99 sacrificed her life for number 67, right? And during that period when they were in the game, yeah, because they had to be 30 minutes, you had to get the marbles, yeah, they just became like good friends, you know? So sad to see what's cooking. Number 99 sacrificed her life for number 67 in order for her to go and get her mother back and her brother. Yeah. So that was marbles. Marbles, man. It's called Gumbo, man. If you go on Twitter, that's like the saddest. That made me tear up, man. I'm not even going to lie. It made me tear up. So it was such a good what's called. It was such a good episode. But yeah, and then episode was the next episode was on the staircase, right? So basically, they had like two stairs, right? And if you fall, you're dead. Like you fall down dead. So basically, there's two stairs. The two stairs, like it's like a ladder, right? But like it's like a floor. You know, like those glass floors you see, right? Now you have to run across, yeah. But underneath it's like a huge what's called height. Like if you plummet, you're
Yep.
going to go down. So there's two
Okay.
glasses, right? One of them was tempered, yeah. One of them was real glass, yeah. So if you go on tempered one, obviously you're going to live, but you go on the fake one, you're going to die, right? So there was like number 1 to 16, right? Number 1 to 16, and the first one has to, and like number one has to go first, number second goes first, second, third, blah blah blah, up until the last person, right? So basically, everyone was jumping on glass to glass, and most people died because they went onto the wrong glass and they just died in it. So yeah, that's how it is. And then it came out to the last one, yeah. Songwoo, yeah. Songwoo, there was a guy in front of Songwoo, yeah. Okay, and it's like the last glass, yeah. And Songwoo, he betrayed in the Marbles game. He betrayed Ali, right? He's going down his villainous arc, right? His villainous arc, and by that time it was just like Songwoo, like the main four people of the group. So 5 people of the group. It was Songwoo. What's called again? The number 67 and Jihun, or number 456. If I butchered his name wrong. So basically, they were on the staircase, and it was just Songwoo left, Songwoo, number 67, and what's called again? Jihun. And there's this random NPC that no one really cares about, like side character, the ones that they always die anyway, so no one really cares about them anyway. So he was
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was the last one. He was the last person there, right? And they had a chance, and there was like one glass left, yeah. And you said he was not going, he was going to have, he has to think for a bit, yeah. And someone was like, "You're going to kill us," and someone just grabbed him, yeah, and pushed him off, pushed him to check one of the glass, and turns out that glass was a fake glass, and the guy died. And Ji and number 67 were just so shocked at what happened. They're like, "This ain't you, Sungwoo." And then ever since that, like Ji-hong hated what's called again, hated Sung-woo because he knew Sung-woo was a good person. Yeah. But you know, money corrupts people. Or like when people are in a desperate situation, they do things desperately. So Sung-woo killed the guy, and them three were going to survive. But when the time ran out, and the glasses and all the glasses that were left just broke. Pew, 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 pew. And then one of the glass hit what's called again, number 67 in the stomach, yeah. And you know about stomach, there's like so many arteries. Like there's like the inferior mesenteric artery, the superior mesenteric artery, the renal arteries,
Yeah,
the renal arteries, what's called again, and what's called again, aortic arteries, and there's also veins as well, like veins as well, like the what's called again the aortic. I think it's the aortic, like the vena cava and all of them. Yeah, like what's called again the inferior, superior mesenteric vein, the inferior mesenteric vein, the celiac vein, all that stuff. You know. So I think she got hit in the stomach. So like I think it was like the celiac artery that they cut. I think it was like celiac artery or the aortic artery. Yeah, and then she was bleeding off. So obviously she bled. She bled out to die. She was bled out, but she could have survived. Yeah, but someone just mercilessly killed her. Yeah, he slit her throat. So we go on to the last game, which was called the Squid Game. Yeah, and I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it, but like if you search out Squid Game, it's going to be in. But anyway, at the end of the day, Jihan won. Yeah, but Jihan knew if he won, it was like sorry before he won, he knew that if he was to win the game, that what's called again, someone would die, right? And he would
yeah,
rather lose all that money than let his best friend die. So he's like saying, Sangwoo, let's just if the majority, because remember in the first episode, if the majority decides to leave, everyone can leave. So he asked Sangwoo, let's leave this game, and Sangwoo was like. Sangwoo, it's like every time, yeah, they go through a villainous act, then they just have one act of redemption, yeah. So Sangwoo just killed himself and says and told Ji-hong to get all the money, and Ji-hong won, and he got 45 billion, won, yeah. But like a
yeah,
year later, like Tug Ji-hong was like, this money, I don't really care about this money, blah blah blah, and all that stuff, and he didn't really use it. Oh, but then again, then Ji-hong got what's called again got an invitation, yeah, from like the same Squid Game invitation to meet someone at what's called again at a what's called again hotel or something like that, like an apartment, yeah.
yeah.
And he went there. Turns out it was the old man who Ji-hong thought he died, yeah. Turns out he didn't die, and what's called again, yeah. And turns out he was the guy who started this game because he was bored. So this old man led to everyone dying, yeah. And then after that, Ji-hong decided that he should stop what's called again. He should stop this game, and I think that's going to lead to season 2. But anyway, that was like the first premise because this game had what's called again two stories. And the second story is the police guy who was trying to find his brother. Yeah, and long story short, yeah, his brother was one of the masterminds who were controlling the game. So yeah, and then his brother shot him in the shoulder and he fell into the sea. But I think he's going to come back in season 2. That's Squid Game, man. It was such a good game anyway. It's such a good show. You should actually watch it. I think like my explanation there wasn't really that great to be honest. But like if you watch it, it's so good, man. I'm telling you, it's so good. No wonder people are talking about it.
So at this moment in time, there's still more to come, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Dang. As if people weren't already in for a show enough. There's, oh my goodness.
yeah. Anyway, you have anything else to say? Okay.
Yeah, I got one section that I would like us to do. Now,
Go
depending
on.
how we answer the questions, they may be boring, but we'll just see how it goes. So I got some quote unquote deep questions, like probably some of these questions that you might find it hard to answer. Those kind. Yeah. For now, I only have like 5 questions that we can answer. Maybe we'll do another 5 sometime down the line, or probably next week. We'll see what happens. So you down?
Go on.
All right. So first question is, what's one thing that you wish people understood about you?
I don't know. Oh yes, that what's called again. That even though I can be sarcastic and do make loads of jokes, I don't really mean them most of the time. So yeah, I'm not trying to hurt you. That's one thing. Yeah. What
Yeah,
about you?
because these days people can get easily offended from something just said. Right. For me, one thing I wish people understood is that I'm more hardworking than people think I am. People think, oh, I'm barely going to put any effort into this. When then I actually go and put in the effort, they're just surprised, like, oh, he really put in a lot of work. I'm like, of course, I put effort into whatever I'm doing. I'm not lazy, you know. All right, second one. I, I don't know how you answer this one, but if your parents passed away, God forbid, for all the things they told you to never do, would you actually do them now that they're not there to stop you?
Nah, because there's a reason they told me not to do it. So like, even if they're not there, man, I'm not gonna do it because there's a reason for it.
Yeah, probably there's probably a reason why they told you not to do it, but at the same time, you don't know why they told you not to do it. Now, probably there are some things that it could really help you out, but at that point in time, your parents don't understand about it, and now you're thinking to yourself, like, if you don't do this thing, then there's nothing that's gonna help you out. So there's that to take into consideration. But considering everything, I'll probably just say no, no, no. Can't disrespect them even when they're dead.
That's true.
Next one. Have you ever treated a person in a way that you regret?
Let me think about. You know, yeah, I kind of was. I was mean to my chemistry teacher, right? And I always do. I always just be get in trouble. Yeah. I always call it. I always get. I always try to get in trouble. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what's called, I can tell that she was just doing it for my own good. I kind of regret being childish about it. But yeah, what about you?
I would like. There's not many people I'll say I regret treating them in a way. Like I remember this moment back when I was going to school in Abuja in 2012. Like this person, he's from he's from Syria, but he was born in Nigeria. So he joined our class that year, and he's like he started talking to me. I was just hanging out with me. Now sometimes there are other people in the school that I wanted to go hang out with, but he was always there. So I always had to find an excuse saying, "Oh no, I need to do this or I need to do that," so that I can try and get to those people there. And then later on, I just realized, oh no, no, like nah, it's a violation what I'm doing. Like yeah, it's not cool. So I just stopped doing it and just continued to talk and hang about with him. And in the end, it was worth it.
Remember, that's the thing that makes us human. You know, like sometimes we make mistakes, and we learn from when we learn from these mistakes, we become better people.
That is true indeed. The next question: do you think it's possible for men and women to be
No, no,
just
no, no,
friends?
no, 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 no,
Whoa,
no, no, no.
whoa,
That's not.
hold, yo,
No,
hold on. Why do you say no? Why you say no?
because in the well, it says men and women shouldn't be free mixing because there's a reason for that. Because people are going to catch feelings. The obviously not.
But yeah, I see men and women in some places that are together and they're just friends and everything seems fine. Like I'm
No, men and
against
women
you.
can't be friends.
I'm against you on this answer. I think it's possible because if those two are willing to, just make things work without getting to a higher level than what it's supposed to be, I think it's possible. I think people like normally, generally, everyone just thinks if you see a man and a woman together, everyone just automatically thinks they're in a relationship.
No,
All right then, and the last one right now. If you knew you would die tomorrow, which we don't, how would you spend today?
I spend it with my family, obviously. That's it, man. That's all I'm at, spending with family and repenting, and that's it.
Yeah, that'll be true. But even though this question doesn't work because we don't know, nobody knows. So yeah, I'll just stick with the answer you gave. Family time with every one of them. Say my thank yous, say say my apologies and whatnot. Ask them to pray for me and whatnot. And yeah,
That's it, man. Nothing more.
just call it a and just call
Math
it a
question.
life.
Before I
Yeah.
end this, what's the hardest math question ever?
ah, I don't I don't know. I think probably just those kind of math questions that just add one problem on top of another on top of another, and that you need to answer from part one to answer part two, and so on and so forth. But what are you gonna say?
The hardest math question of all time, yeah. And I'm thinking like this math question got people what's called again. This math question got people what's called again suffering. Oh my days, man. Ah, it's very hard. Like at first, yeah, people would be like, "Oh, this is what's so hard about this, yeah." And then when you decide to go look into it, yeah, you're like, "This is a hard question." And you know what question that? What's the answer? What's the question?
What is
Okay,
it?
and go back to 2016. What was that video when someone asked, "What did that person ask back?" Like,
Oh,
what's nine
okay,
plus
okay.
10?
I have.
That is the hardest
Oh
math
my
question of all time.
goodness.
What's 9 plus 10?
Oh my goodness. But that was 2014.
Was it 2014? Really? I
Yeah,
thought
it
it was
was
2016,
2014.
bro.
No, it's
What's 9 plus 10?
2014.
Bro, that is the hardest math question of all time. Even I don't know the answer to that. What's 9 plus 10?
Uh, now
Some people
I.
say it's 19. Some people say it's 21.
Fair enough.
All I
Fair
know
enough
is
on
that I don't know the answer.
that. Right then. Anyways, we're gonna end the episode right over here. Thank you all for watching slash listening. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the Into Reality podcast. We're trying to get the channel into 100 subscribers. If you want to get
And
yourself some
and
positive vibes clothing materials, visit positive
no,
vibes.
no, that's not what you're
No.
supposed to say. You're supposed to say this now. And now we can say Into Reality Podcast is proudly sponsored by Positive Vibes Clothing. If you want to get any Positive Vibe clothing, go to the link in below and you can shop. And with a discount code at what's 9 plus 10 hashtag 21. Good night. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. And we see you guys next week. And hopefully, Usman will change the thumbnail to Squid Game because that thing is booming right now. So if you watch this end, thank you for watching. Take care. Have a lovely weekend, and don't forget that no one knows the answer to what's 9 plus 10, and probably will never know. But that's okay because we all know 9 plus 10 is 21. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Oh man.
Okay, very good. Man.
Maybe I should just employ you just do the outros from next week.
Sure, that's my job, man. I actually did not know you did it. I nearly fell off my chair. First of all, yeah, we were supposed to do this twice a week, yeah. I didn't even know you did a podcast last week. I was like, wait, it was Monday the podcast. I didn't get a notification from my phone at all. It's just like it turns out you did it. You did a podcast and Messi couldn't hack it, yeah. And Messi last same week, yeah, Messi scored a beautiful goal, yeah. A nice goal against Man City. Yeah. Oh my days. YouTube man,
That's our
YouTube
life,
man. They're
right?
trying to. They don't want us to succeed, bro. They're not even sending notification to our what's going subscribers, man. They're trying to make us. They're
Yeah,
trying to what's going to bring us down, man.
yeah, bring it down.
But like you know what?
Hit
What
that
Kanye once said. What
notification bell, people. Hit that
exactly?
bell for notifications every time a new episode of the podcast comes out. Like I was saying, visit pvclothing.shop to get yourself some positive vibes clothing. Order over 80 euros in Ireland. We'll give you free shipping, and any international orders over 100 euros will get you free shipping. This episode is proudly sponsored by not only Positive Vibes Clothing, but also by Mr. Dubai and Co. You can follow our social
I forgot about
medias
him.
on the screen right here. as you do,
And
as you see it,
an
in His
inferiority
glory.
podcast at 58 subscribers on counting. Take care, boys. And who ends it? Oh,
See
shit,
you
I'll
all
just end it
next
right now.
week.
Anything to add this one?
Take care. Yeah, we'll end it soon. Don't worry. Like he said, into Yali podcast.
I hope we
Now
get
at
cancelled.
58 subscribers.
50.
All right, see you all next week. Take
I just
care.
want to make it just to get cancelled. You know what? I actually just want to make it just to get cancelled to see how it feels. Actually, not gonna lie, I just want to see. It's like, and then, like when people ask me why I did it, I'll be like, Joker from Batman. Is it Batman, right? So, like second Batman movie was like, it wasn't much cooking. I didn't do it for the money. I did it to make a statement or something like that. Oh, dear.
If you remember
Take it.
the Dark Knight movie from 2008.